We have an amazing lineup for you today. We have Mr. Todd Foss, owner of Grace Bay Car Rental, Peter DeYoung, the owner of Grand Slam, and Shay Papke, the marketing manager for Ports of Call Resort. Now, with limited time today and a lot of talkers on this webinar, we are going to start with Peter from Grand Slam, who has been with us as a member of TCHTA for quite a while. And we're looking forward to this presentation and how you can be engaged with Grand Slam and all of the fishing opportunities and water sports opportunity that he has to offer through his company. Peter?
Good morning. How are you doing, folks? And thank you very much, Stacy, for inviting me to make a little presentation here. I really appreciate it. And yeah, just looking forward to inviting everybody down to Turks and Caicos. I'm Peter DeYoung. I'm the owner of hold on a second here. I'm having a little technical difficulty again here. Are you seeing my screen now? Okay, so how did we do this again? I'm so sorry. There we go.
Just press enter from there.
Okay, right on. Excellent. So my name is Peter DeYoung. I'm the owner of Grand Slam Charters. I've been coming down to the island since 2006, and then I bought a condo down there. And you know, I just love being out on the water. And then when this business, Grand Slam Fishing Charters, came available in 2017, I jumped at the chance to own this business, and we've been growing it ever since. When I took it over, it had one boat. Now we're up to 5 vessels. So it's you know, discovering paradise in Turks and Caicos with Grand Slam Charters is an excellent way to discover Turks and Caicos Islands, in particular Providenciale. We take you out on the water, and it's probably the best way to see the island and the waters of Turks and Caicos Islands. As you can see, every day there's a little bit of a rain shower at times, and sometimes we get really lucky for some of these photo shoots where the rainbow ends up right on our vessel, your personal pot of gold, I call it. So as you can see, there's a double rainbow actually there that day. This is just off the coast of Waterkey Island. So what we do is, what we specialize in is private fishing charters, private snorkeling charters, and private cruises. We do a 4-hour, half-day charter, a 3/4 for 6 hours, or a full day. We do deep sea fishing, bottom fishing, snorkeling to all the different little sites, and then private cruising just along all the islands. Deep sea fishing, you can expect to catch tuna, wahoo, and mahi-mahi, and our crew will set you all up on the hooks, set out the spread. Deep sea fishing is for those more patient fishermen, fishing people that you know, just like to sit there and watch, and then when we get something on the hook, the crew will pass the rod to you, and it's up to you to reel it in. Sometimes it can be quite a battle. Those wahoo can get quite large. The mahi-mahi are wonderful. All of them are wonderful eating fish, and our crew will expertly clean, fillet, and package your fish for you to take home to your resort, and where you can go to a restaurant and they'll prepare it for you. Bottom fishing, it's a lot more actively involved. Everybody's holding a rod at the same time, and we're actively fishing. We anchor off of the near the reef, and we're trying to get snapper, triggerfish, or grouper. Excellent eating fish for dinner. Same thing, we do half day, 3/4 day, or full day trips. And then for private snorkeling, there's lots of mooring locations that have been set up by the Turks and Caicos Reef Fund. So we're never damaging the reef. We want to make sure that we're always careful of the reef and protecting it. It's very family friendly. We can also take you out lobster diving or conch diving in special areas, and the lobster are down about 15 feet. We can catch them, and our crew can prepare them on the boat for you, so you can have a wonderful lunch. And then we also do sunset cruises, private charters for discerning clients. We can explore all kinds of hidden beaches and coves. It's a great night for a romantic evening for couples and honeymooners. We have a beautiful sun pad on our boat. We have a wonderful charcuterie board, champagne, wine, and typically those charters are at 2 hours where we leave. At this time of the year, we leave the dock around 3 o'clock. We cruise up the island. We show you the different sites, and then we just cruise back and watch that beautiful Turks and Caicos sunset. For island hopping, we can do a West Caicos Island adventure tour, North Middle Caicos tour, where we bring you over to the island and we tour the whole island interior. It's just a fantastic island, absolutely beautiful, beautiful beaches. We also do what we call the Robinson Crusoe Island Hideaway Beach Tour, where we take you to your own private beach, set you up with a wonderful beach barbecue. It's it's just like being lost in paradise. Just want you to meet our local team. They're our greatest asset. Exceptional and experienced team members are of crew and captains. These guys know the islands like the back of their hand. They know the shoals. They know where to go. They all bring a wealth of knowledge, skill, and passion. And they're just a lot of fun to hang out with. They'll take you out on the water, and then they'll expertly clean your catch. You know, we in our why you should choose Grand Slam is because we have the expertise on board. We've been carefully cultivating our captain and crews. Joseph there on the left hand side of your screen, although he's young, he's so knowledgeable of the waters and the fish. You know, as his motto is what does he do? He says he dreams of fishing, wants to go fishing, and does fishing. On his days off, what do you find him doing? Fishing. He's a lot of fun to be with. And then Jeffrey beside him, he's one of the mates, also certified as captain. He really knows how to do this bottom fishing. It's just wonderful. So we have 5 boats now. We have Angler Management, Wahooters, Shady Grady, and Serendipity. And now we've just added Real Boys, which is our 41-foot hydrosport. So we have a diverse fleet to fit all your different needs. We include food and drinks on board. Lunch, we have a catered lunch of wraps, cookies, and a salad of fruit. And if you want to upgrade that, we can do that to a beach barbecue where we do ribs and chicken. And if we catch the fish, we can actually clean and fillet and barbecue your fish right there on the boat. We include round trip transfers to all the Grace Bay hotel and resorts along the Grace Bay. We also provide free photos. All your equipment and necessary licenses are included. And we also we have add-ons that you can upgrade to, like a charcuterie board. If you want a special bottle of champagne, we can get that for you. Special birthday celebrations. So we just wanted to say thank you for joining, and really hope that you come down to the island. It truly is a slice of paradise to come down here. Fishing and going out on the water, that's just part of it, and but there's so many great activities to do. And thank you very much for this time that you could listen to us. Take care.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Peter. So, Peter, you spoke about Joseph and Jeffrey. Tell us who else should we encounter from your team.
Well, our operations manager Warvey, he'll be picking you up at the resort, driving you in our van, bring you to the resort, talk to you about what to expect, and then when we arrive at the marina, which is Turtle Cove Marina, which is very central on the island, our guest service manager will greet you, walk you to the boat, and along the way we'll stop in front of our billboard. We have a great picture of the Turks and Caicos Islands on the dock, right beside the dock. It's a life-size mural, and lots of different features on that map will point out the different locations on the island to visit. And we'll take your photos there. Take some photos while you're on the boat. And when you get on the boat, you get a briefing from one of the captain and crew. So that's Warvey, and then our guest service manager is Erna and Tatiana. So either of those two ladies will meet you and walk you over. and then depending on the crew, because what we try to do is we keep the same crew on each boat. So
Right.
Joseph and Jeffrey work together often. Primarily, Joseph will work with a gentleman named Island Joe. We call him because he is your atypical islander. I mean, he's just so full of fun and he's just so excited that you're everybody's joining him on the island on that boat that particular day. They'll be on angler management. Warvey and Nicholas is on Wahooters. Dario and Jeffrey is typically on Serendipity, and we have Captain Blaze and Mari now on the Shady Grady and Real Boys, depending on which boat you choose. So yeah, so we have
I
a great.
love the names of the boats.
Thank you.
I just love the names. So you have five boats in your fleet. What's the maximum capacity on each of them?
So angler management, we can hold up to 10 people. Wahooters up to 8. Shady Grady 6. And Serendipity, depending on the activity you do, if you're fishing, it's 8 people. And if it's just cruising and snorkeling, we go up to 10 because we have a removable bench seat in there. And then our newest boat, Real Boys, we can actually hold up to 15 passengers. So it's great for double families, small private groups.
So I can guests coming on island can either join up with other folks or do private trips on any of the boats.
Yeah, absolutely. We don't do group charters and shared charters at this point. We're actually working towards that goal to put that in place. But right now, it's strictly private charters. And so, if somebody says, "Well, I don't want to go by myself. I want to share," what we tell them to do is post on. There's a Facebook page called "Fishing in the Turks and Caicos," and we tell them post your dates and what you want to do on that particular page, and usually there's a lot of people checking it out, and you know people can arrange their own groups together. We typically don't do that because we've run into some issues with that in the past.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
yeah, we try to work with everybody.
So what is the typical guest when you curate for a private experience? What does a typical guest, what do they ask for?
They want to know what kind of fish they're going to catch first off,
Okay.
and so deep sea fishing, you're going to catch wahoo, mahi mahi, and during the summer months, from February to the end of July, you're catching tuna. Uh, all three of them are fantastic eating fish, and as I said, our crew will expertly clean them, fillet them. You can watch, and then we pack it in a personal insulated cooler that we give to the guest, and we can actually walk them across the parking lot to Mango Reef Restaurant, which is a fantastic spot for lunch, and they'll actually cook up the fish and plate your fish for you. If you wanted to wait until dinner time, we'll pack it with ice and then send it home with you to your resort or villa. Lots of choices there.
Excellent, excellent. So, to our audience who have logged in, please, if you have any questions, just drop them in the chat and we'll circle back to them for any of the panelists. So, after a great fishing trip, one needs to relax and, get ready for the next day. And we were talking about it before we came on live. And Shay, as the marketing manager for Ports of Call Resort here in the Turks and Caicos. We'll give you a presentation on the resort. But what I should say, because a lot of people who are new to the island do not know somewhat of the history of it, and we're trying to sort of break from what it was to what it is now. That's why Shay is here to share with you the amazing Ports of Call Resort. But we were talking about how the now Ports of Call was and opened as Comfort Suite, which was the first American branded hotel in the Turks and Caicos, and that was back in 98, 99, somewhere there and about, and Shay will confirm that. But if you knew it as Comfort Suites, it's the now new and I think recently, as in 3 years ago, give or take, renovated Ports of Call Resort, and I'm excited to have seen what it is now, from what it was in the past. And Shay will give us some amazing update on the Ports of Call Resort. Shay?
Hi everyone. Thanks for the introduction, Stacy. So Ports of Call was formerly the Comfort Suites, but it rebranded to its own independently owned resort in 2011. So I got involved a little bit after that. So that's really all I know it to be. But of course, we've done so many renovations since, complete new ownership, and just branched away from that, hotel chain uh, feel. I mean, it's not affiliated with a chain any whatsoever. So I will share my screen here. Let me see this. Alrighty, everyone can see my screen. Perfect. Um, so I guess just to start off, maybe you guys can leave a little note in the comments, just to let me know your familiarity with the property, whether you're very familiar, somewhat familiar, you've heard of it, but still want to learn more, or it's completely brand new to you. Also curious, have you been to Turks and Caicos? Many times, once, not yet, planning too soon? Give it a minute for some people to respond there. Okay, so we will go into a little bit more of an in-depth review. I'm just pulling up my screen again here. So really, I'm excited to share with you the resort. This place is where your clients can truly experience the beauty of Turks and Caicos for less. Moving on. Really, I like to think that we offer a unique blend of affordability and quality, making it an exceptional choice for travelers seeking value without compromising on their experience. Essentially, a place where the stunning turquoise waters and pristine beaches are just a 3-minute walk away, and all of that at an accessible price point. We really pride ourselves on providing 4-star service at 3-star pricing. This means that your clients can enjoy all the expected amenities of a large resort without breaking the bank. Our central location means you're always just steps away from the action, but also have the opportunity to be tucked away from it in our tranquil environment. Our guests always say how they feel right at home, thanks to our friendly and helpful staff. Albeit being a 103-room property, we do maintain a boutique-like feel. All of our guests receive a personalized experience that many large resorts can't provide. I'll dive in more about the accommodation details later, but just knowing that we have studio rooms, 1-bedroom suites, and 3-bedroom villas, we really can accommodate all types of travelers. So to that point, I did want to point out some of the different types of people we cater to in case you may not have thought of a specific client that you could match with us. We always have a diverse crowd at the property, but we definitely see trends seasonally. Overall, the majority of our guests are couples aged 35 plus. However, the summer months tend to bring in a younger crowd. I think naturally this is just because the ADR on the island decreases. Our property does, however, require at least one person on each booking to be over the age of 21, but for our villas, it would be 25. We do have families with young children stay with us, but this typically only occurs during the school break periods like Christmas, New Year's, spring breaks, February and March. We also cater to many business travelers coming from all around the world and locally. The nice thing about this is the hotel could be at 100% occupancy, but because we do have a large portion of business travelers, the leisure-like amenities don't really feel as overcrowded as you would see at a lot of resort properties. Of course, solo travelers love our boutique feel as it allows them to get to know other guests. They can also feel safe leaving the resort grounds and exploring the surrounding areas. We've welcomed all types of groups. Specifically, I'll speak on the weddings portion. We don't have any packages that we currently offer right now. We are working on that for 2026. But when we get these types of inquiries, we call it do-it-yourself wedding. So we'll connect you with some of our trusted vendors on the island to go ahead and plan your wedding. But we're really an ideal spot for your guests to stay with us just because we do have that affordable option. The property layout, as I said, it's boutique. It's easy for guests to come together. You're in that central location. Um, Maybe you're booking clients to go to other properties, the sister islands within Turks and Caicos, and you need somewhere for them to stay in Provo for a night, pre or post their check-in or departure. We're popular for that. We don't have minimum night requirements. All-inclusive enthusiast, I would like to clarify we're not an all-inclusive property, but we do include breakfast daily. And I do speak to this just because there are a handful of all-inclusive in Turks and Caicos, which are great. But if your client's looking for maybe a more affordable price point, then they can stay with us and they can actually purchase day passes to go to some of these all-inclusive resorts. So moving on to our location, we proudly offer our guests a central location that is both safe and walkable. It is ideal to go for those who enjoy exploring their surroundings on foot or by bicycle. So I pinpointed some of the main points here on the screen so you could just see our proximity to all of them. The key highlights include being just steps from the award-winning Grace Bay Beach and all of what Grace Bay has to offer, meaning 30 plus restaurants and bars, several shopping plazas, the island's best nightlife, and the famous fish fry, which occurs every Thursday. For those who aren't familiar, it's a great event. Definitely recommend it to your clients. Plus, we're surrounded by properties like Seven Stars, Ocean Club West, and the Ritz-Carlton with rates at a fraction of their prices. And we're also only just a 15-minute drive from the airport. The resort is adjacent to a fantastic supermarket. Guests absolutely love it. We find many of our guests who want to avoid the cost of dining out or even just really the time heading over here, and they have a bunch of ready hot items. They have a salad bar, coffee bar, juice bar, pizza station, sandwich station. So really easy to take with you to the beach for lunch or even, back to the resort, eat around our pool or in your rooms for dinner. So beyond all of what the restaurants within Grace Bay, we do have some excellent on-site dining, including 7 options. Well, the 7th is coming soon. First, I'll just introduce Cielo. So that's like a Mediterranean tapas lounge. They are also open late night. So any guests who are wanting to go do some dancing or enjoy music, they bring in some great international DJs. And actually, recently they had Stevie Wonder stop by, and he gave a performance, which was a really nice surprise. For all the dessert lovers out there, we have 2 cafes, Giggles and Sweet Fix. They are absolutely excellent. Skull Rock is our Mexican cantina. They have really fun daily specials, happy hours. The portions are absolutely huge and the food is delicious. And then Tribe, which is a great place to go grab your breakfast or lunch, or of course, even brunch. We do have breakfast at the resort. I'll get more into that later, but just as a alternative option, they also bake their bread fresh daily. It's absolutely delicious. I truly believe in this statement saying that they have the best croissants I've ever tasted. And then we do have a convenience store opening soon, which will just sell miscellaneous items, different snacks, wine, beer, spirits, etc. So the shop supports a call is our on-site plaza where guests can find just about everything they would need without ever having to leave the resort. There's a car rental agency, not Grace Bay Car Rentals, but they are just down the road and we love them. A boat charter company, also not Grand Slam, but we love them as well. Hair salon, a spa, and even a place to rent roller skates. There's no shortage of retail therapy with several clothing and jewelry boutiques, souvenir shops, and even an art gallery. Whether you're looking for a unique piece to remember your trip or a special gift, you'll find it here. Nikki's Trinkets, specifically in the plaza, they do classes where you could, paint water bottles or make little like clay craft gifts that you can take home with you. So that's always unique. There are also many photo ops. If you look in the photo here, there's that Turks and Caicos wall mural, which is kind of famous. If you've been to Turks and Caicos, you probably have a photo here. And that's located in our plaza. And you'll see in the other photo that, it's kind of got this pirate theme to it. And just really fun for kids and obviously adults, all ages. The amenities of Ports of Call, so we really have all the basics that you can expect out of a Caribbean resort plus more. So I won't get into like the obvious ones like Wi-Fi and whatnot, but I did mention daily breakfast. That's served from 6:30 to 10 a.m. daily. Um, it's it's a continental style breakfast with added hot items. So some days you could expect things like scrambled eggs and bacon. Another day you could do like hard-boiled eggs and sausage. Another day might be Belgian waffles. So you definitely have that variety, but then with your standard continental breakfast items. Again, we'll dive more into the room types later, but the majority of our rooms are studios which don't have kitchens in them. So as far as cooking wise, guests can use the barbecues and microwaves that are on site. The studio rooms do include a mini fridge in them. So as far as like storing any food, they do have that. And then they can use these for cooking. We're not on the beach as I discussed, but we are just that 3-minute walk away. We do like to think of ourselves as a beach resort. We just do not have the ocean view rooms, but we do have all the amenities as if we were one. So again, we're just a 3-minute walk, but we do have a shuttle that operates hourly. It holds up to 8 guests. It's our golf cart here, and it's a quick and easy ride. Our staff will be down there to greet you. We provide you with towels, chairs, umbrellas, stand-up paddle boards, kayaks. So all that's there for you and included. And I should also mention for guests only. We have daily activities at the resort: bingo, billiard tournaments, ping pong tournaments, shuffleboard, ring toss, trivia, and then a weekly manager social, which is always fun. We offer, our managers will come out and chat, do some trivia with you. They tell you some, tips and tricks how to make the most of your time on the island and in-house with us. And then there's some hors d'oeuvres and some discounted drinks to go with it. We have a fitness center, daily housekeeping. I spoke about the adjacent plaza, a pool and a hot tub, and a 24-hour reception. So getting into the accommodations, our studio rooms. These are some photos of them. They were refurbished within the past 1.5 years. We do have a wide variety of them. It does get a little bit complicated. So we have our standard, which is kind of our entry-level room. That's the top one there with the kind of white oak furniture and green bed skirt. They were actually our most newly renovated room. And this is 295 square feet. They have garden and island views and come with the option of 1 king size bed or 2 double beds. Then we have our standard plus, which is the room underneath it. It's white furniture. You can see it's a little bit larger. It's 325 square feet. And it does have that little partition between the bed and the sofa, just to add that little extra privacy barrier. These also have garden or island views. Then we have these standard plus also with balconies. And then moving on, we have our poolside rooms. And this comes in just a regular poolside, which is a window overlooking the pool, or a deluxe poolside where you can choose to have that extended outdoor space of a balcony or terrace. These rooms are also 325 square feet and, have all the standard amenities in the room. I mentioned the mini fridge, there's a coffee maker, and then for any further cooking, you have those barbecues and microwaves. We did just recently have virtual tour completed of the whole property and our room, so definitely we'll be sharing that with you all as soon as that's available. I anticipate it'll be in the next couple of weeks. I should also say that our studio rooms can accommodate up to 4 guests, which is unique. I think a lot of the other properties on island that have rooms of this size are only allowing up to 2 people to stay in the room. So again, just a more affordable option to explore. Then we have 1-bedroom suites at the property. There's 2 types here. There's our 1-bedroom executive suite, which is the photos at the top, and our 1-bedroom family suite, which is the photos at the bottom half of the page. These are essentially two of our studio rooms units combined, so they're 650 square feet. They each have a king size bed. Really what makes them different is their decor in them, as you can see from the photos. The executive suite does only allow 2 guests to stay in it, and whereas the family suite allows up to 4 guests to stay. Really, this is because there's a queen size sofa bed in the living room. So whereas the executive suite does not have that. Also, the family suite does have a powder room off of the living area. Again, for anyone who might not be staying, or for parties that are more than 2 people, you're not having to go through the master bedroom to their ensuite. We do have long-term rental rates. These rooms are very popular for that. So if you have any clients that are interested, definitely get in touch with us for that. And last but not least, we have our 3-bedroom villas, which were introduced in 2018. They've been a real success at our property. You get the privacy of a rental house with access to all resort amenities, including the breakfast. But they do have a fully equipped kitchen in them. These are just over 1,000 square feet. Bedding wise, you can either do 2 king beds plus 2 single or twin beds, or we can push those 2 twin or single beds into create 1 king size bed, meaning there would be 3 king beds in the villa. We allow up to 6 guests plus an infant to stay in here. And there's 3 of them on property. So you would share a plunge pool if the villa next to you was occupying it. But again, most of our guests spend the days at the beach. So this is just a really nice way to maybe, jump in, cool off at the end of the day while you're barbecuing or whatnot. And again, we also have long-term rental rates available. There's not too many options for villas within the Grace Bay area. So again, you benefit from being in that central location, but you do have and the privacy and security of being on resort grounds, but just having your own secluded and larger space. So I know we've learned a lot today, and obviously all of you are experts, but I did just want to highlight a couple of the unique selling points that maybe you want to note down or screenshot, just for some ideas to share with your clients. Sorry, I got ahead of myself there. So of course, we just completed, or I shouldn't say just completed, at the beginning of 2025, we just finished phase 2 of a $2 million renovation project. All the rooms have been refurbished, as I discussed, and our common areas. All of our competitive rates in comparison to the nearby resorts within Grace Bay, our location, the on-site dining we have. The flexible cancellation is something I didn't really speak on. We are extremely flexible in our low season, which is really spring, summer, and fall. We're offering free cancellation up until 7 days prior to arrival. And in the winter months, it's free cancellation up to 14 days prior to arrival. This would be a little bit more strict for the villas, so if you have questions about that, definitely get in touch. And then only a small upfront deposit required to book. It's a 1-night deposit for our rooms, our studios and 1-bedroom suites, I should say, during that low season, and a 2-night deposit during our high season. Go ahead and read our guest reviews. They speak for themselves. They always have great things to say. Seasonal benefits, in the low season, again, being like summer and fall, you're definitely you'd want to be sending your clients that are looking for just that really quiet time, uninterrupted relaxation. The beaches are quieter, the rates are lower, those budget conscious travelers. But in the winter months, you might be wanting to think about those clients that, oh, I really want a winter getaway. We have guaranteed weather. They like the hustle and bustle. It's a little bit more busy. But the nice things about Turks and Caicos is that it really does have that untouched feeling in comparison to a lot of the other Caribbean islands. And then, of course, for you, by booking your clients, you do benefit from a 10% commission, and that can be increased to 12% if you become a resort expert. So this is just a little thank you bonus for joining and taking the time to learn about our property. So by scanning the QR code on the screen, or I will add a little link to the sign up form in the chat, you can sign up for our email list, and by doing so, you'll increase that 10% commission to 12%. We'll also email you a resort fact sheet that you can share with other agents in your office, and just have like a little quick reference guide. You'll benefit from some exclusive travel agent rates. Quickly, we offer a 25% discount for your first stay up to 4 nights. There are some blackout dates involved, but if you are interested, we'd love to have you stay with us. And there's no sit-down presentations required. We just want you to come experience the property because I just feel that, you'll be able to sell it better. And then I'll also be able to send you the virtual tour once it's available and any other applicable noteworthy information. So to wrap that up, just again, thank you so much for your time. You can get in touch with us using any of the contact methods noted on the screen. We're available on the GDS to book, but and a bunch of travel partners, OTAs. But yeah, thank you so much for your time. Wishing you all a happy holiday season and a successful 2026.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Shay. That was a lot of information. I just went like, wow, I didn't know all of that existed at Ports of Call. So just a quick question. Can you
Yeah.
tell our audience how far are you from the airport?
Yes, for just 15 minutes. And it's very easy. There's 3 options. The majority of our guests grab one of the readily available taxis. It's a $33 fare for the first 1 to 2 guests, and then $16.50 each additional person. Alternatively, you can organize private transfers or rent a car, would be the only methods to get to us.
I'm sorry, that was what, 15, 20 minutes away from the airport? I missed
Maximum
that.
15 minutes, maybe in our peak season, 20 minutes with traffic.
Great. Wonderful. And then one other question, with all the activities and everything that you have happening at Ports of Call, is there a concierge or do your front office team double as that as well?
Our front office team currently doubles as a concierge, but rest assured, there's no you wouldn't know it, right? You're getting
Right.
the same type of level service as if we were to have our own concierge. We have been talking for a long time to hire one, but truthfully, we just don't really know where to set it up at the resort yet. So something to keep in mind that we may be introducing in 2026.
Fabulous. So I said one other question, but one more question.
Yeah, no, that's okay.
Um, do you do buyouts? So if, a group wants to just do a buyout at your property, is it the
We
same
do.
booking method? Tell us a bit more about that.
Yeah, we absolutely do buyouts. We did quite a few of them this year, which all went really successful. Essentially, of course, we discount the rates for you and really are able to completely customize and personalize whatever experience you're looking for. The services that we may not be able to offer in-house, we will connect you with the proper vendors to do so. And to get in touch with us about that, just again, email reservations and present the opportunity, and likely myself will be the one who you're working with on that.
Fabulous. Thank you so much, Shay. Thank you. So
Oh, thank
after we've
you.
been fishing and we've gone over to Ports of Call Resort for all of the amazing activities that they have there and offering, we need a car to get around, right? So we have the owner of Grace Bay Car Rental, Mr. Todd Force, who is going to share some of the information about Grace Bay Car Rental and opportunities that he gets to share with his guests at Come One Island. Todd?
Thank you very much, Stacy. Well done, Peter and Shay. Very hard acts to follow up. Both amazing companies, of which they're on our highly recommended list. And in fact, as I start our little story about Turks and Caicos, or my existence in Turks and Caicos for the last 20 years, I was invited down as an investor, and I was meeting with Invest TCI, and of course staying at the Ports of Call. It's a legendary property on the island, and they've done a fantastic job. So yeah, so Grace Bay Car Rentals, The interesting thing about Grace Bay Car Rentals is that there's two reasons this occurred. When I personally enjoy helping people. I think I'm a people pleaser. So everything around me is trying to do that. And then secondly, when we finally made that investment, it was into one of the longest running companies that had kind of began to slow their operations, and they had only a few vehicles. And the vehicles at the time, people from the Turks and Caicos Islands will know the term twofers. They were older vehicles, even at the time when we started. We eventually started, obviously, to replace them with vehicles, but our business model and our investment capital at the time didn't allow us at that moment to buy brand new vehicles, which of course we do now. So there was a need to overcome that. And the way we did it was by customer service. So the person you see on your screen, Keisha, she was the most important thing that happened to our business when we bought it, because she was the only person working at the car rental company which we acquired. She still works to us. She still works with us to this day. She's, of course, risen the ranks and is now a general manager at one of our group of companies, sister companies. But I mentioned that because what I'm kind of going to talk about today is that we're a customer service company that just happens to rent cars. And I think our team can be pulled out of the car rental business and put into some other hospitality business at any moment, and they will succeed wherever that is. I've had many mentors in my life, and one of the mentors owns a large number of companies in North America, and I met him in the Turks and Caicos Islands. We became friends, and since then I've stolen all of his ideas. And on his website, when he was showing me, he talked about his team, and literally he called themselves the fun friendly people. And I thought, that's pretty cool. And he said, yeah, because who doesn't want to do business with fun friendly people? So our whole culture is based on that. And we hire fun friendly people. We also are a company, and I can say that the Papke family and Peter, they're very generous to the island in terms of community commitments. In fact, the Ports of Call is a big partner in a charity that the Grace Bay Car Rentals is in. So part of our culture is not only the fun-friendly factor, but it's also giving back to our community. We see, as in this picture, we see that our internal customers, because we have two types of customers, the external customers, and we have our internal customers. Our internal customers are our team. Our team loves to get out into their own community and do good work. And they love it so much that we make it part of their roles. And it's an opportunity in which they relish in. So we are known on the island as a company that does a lot of things for the community. I'm going to go fast here today because I like to go quickly and talk lots. But we're also one of the largest companies, if not the largest company on the island. My friend and fellow competitor, Stanley Williams from the Hertz Group, we have lunch to talk about the industry on a regular basis. And at that lunch, we always argue whose fleet is bigger. And I think at any given time, one of us is actually correct, and one of us is hoping to be at the next lunch. So we have a very large market share. And in my presentation today, you'll kind of see it. Todd only has one slide here that actually talks about rental cars, but so I'm going to go back to our team, which is, I think, why we are a leader in the industry. Well, I know it's why we are a leader in the industry. They're an amazing group of people. Keisha, the young lady that you saw at the start, that was our first employee. She's flanked now by almost 70 other employees that work for Grace Bay Car Rentals, all of which are trained through our WOW program. The WOW program, again, it focuses completely on exceeding customer expectations, both the customers that we have bookings with and we provide rental services to, and our own team. So our team might, be wowed with scholarship opportunities, future, post-secondary type stuff that we have for our younger new members. But everything is focused around exceeding customer expectations. And our team is constantly learning and constantly training. And I don't mean that like once a month they have a session. On a weekly basis, each one of our members is meeting with our two professional development coaches. Tara Chernecki is one of our two, and Aaron Lewis from South Caicos is another. Together, they're always training, as I mentioned. Tara has a master's degree in curriculum development, so has taken our WOW program and taken it to the next level. And Aaron is just an amazing person from the islands who, if you know him, has this amazing personality and gets the most out of our team. In this picture, we're not just training the front of house, but we train the heart of house. The heart of house for us is our transportation crew, our car detailers, every other support crew. Our 24-hour roadside assistance team is in this picture. Tara is over here, and Aaron is trying to complete this task somewhere. You can't see him, but this would be a almost daily something you would see almost daily at our training center. The training center is a purposely built building that we use for all the things that I just mentioned. And here, this particular day was some of our newer rental car concierge staff. We do things differently than most companies because we have, when you come out of the airport or when you're at a villa, you will have a specific rental concierge to assist you on all aspects, not even just the car, but anything to do with the Turks and Caicos Islands, recommending Grand Slam tours and as such. So our team is very aware of the island's history, the culture, all of the activities that are available, and who does the best job on the island at those different service kind of elements. And that's who our team are trained to recommend. As I mentioned earlier, I believe if you're a fun-friendly person, you're always automatically somebody that likes to help others. So our team, again, just to reiterate, they get so much satisfaction out of helping our community. We have 2 full-time staff members that work only in the community services. We just want to do more good for the island. And so they will help the Salvation Army, which is one of our bigger charities that we support. We have founded the Brighter Futures Center, which many of our team members are board members on that. So I think the job satisfaction working for us is not just meeting with customers or working hard in the heart of house, but it's actually helping our community. This young lady at the top screen, she was just been promoted to our newest venture, and that is our Department of Exceeding Expectations. So many of you in the hospitality have probably read the book Unreasonable Hospitality. In the book Unreasonable Hospitality, which is one of my favorite books of all time, they talk about their Dreamweaver department. Shay Adams has been with us for 15 years. She is an expert at exceeding customer expectations. So she is now leading our department, and we're currently going through all kinds of ways in which we can exceed customer expectations. Normally in the car rental business, you show up, your car is there. Hopefully it doesn't take too long to rent it. And then you kind of go off. Our customers become part of our family, and we provide them with so many other experiences on the island that we all hope, our goal is to make sure that their stay on the island is excellent from all the aspects, because we know it's if they have fun if they stay at Ports of Call and have a wonderful stay, if they go on Grand Slam charters and have a wonderful time and so forth, that they will come back. And when they come back, they will rent from Grace Bay Car Rentals. So now I guess I can get into the business aspect, but it's very quick. As I mentioned, you don't line up at a counter for Grace Bay Car Rentals. You come out of the airport and there's a person standing there waiting for you. They will take you directly to your car at the airport. You do not have to get into a van with all your family and luggage and get hauled off somewhere else. Your car is waiting for you at the airport. The same offer when you return, you can return directly at the airport. Once you're here, if anything should happen, flat tire or these things that can occur, we have a 24-hour roadside assistance program, which are multiple roadside assistance team members that are actually attributed to different parts of the island. So our arrival time is, I think, better than most agencies on the island. Police, fire, ambulance, we are there very quick. So we deliver to resorts. A lot of our guests like to get here and take a taxi, which we facilitate, and then start their rental experience from the resort. Like my two colleagues here, we feel that we offer a lot of value for money. And then you're going to have a friendly team member who cares about you and your vacation. So our tagline is no shuttling, no lineups, no hassles. Our company is the fastest way to the beach. We have the largest car categories. As you can see, we have a fleet of hundreds and hundreds of vehicles. So, we can kind of customize rentals to suit the different size groups from 2 to all the way to we do a lot of the corporate stuff that comes to the island, lots of vans and so forth. I show this picture in the middle here. This is our chief operating officer, and he likes to be funny because he's supposed to be a fun, friendly person. And he hid himself in one of the pictures on our website just to see if I would notice, because I was told to make sure everything looked good. So I decided that we would keep Paul in there. So that is Paul. He's our CEO. He has worked for us for 20 years. This is Shay again. We as all of our companies on the island, really focus on the Turks and Caicos Island community and hiring from that community. We go, I think, a step further. We reach them right in high school. We hire, junior ministers of tourism. We have one working for us now. We've had 2 or 3 others in the past until they've gone off to college. We have scholarship programs for those young people. And so when we recruit, we send our best. And there you go. There's Shay Adams, our new director of Exceeding Expectations, sitting down, trying to recruit the next generation of employees. Looking ahead the next 20 years, all of the young kids in this picture are Grace Bay Car Rental staff member children. We have currently 3 or 4 of these young people who were younger at the time of our first Christmas parties 20 years ago, kids' Christmas parties, who now work for us. So we focus on not only internal promotions and opportunities, but I would be surprised if half of these young people whom we support with scholarships and so forth won't be working for us in 10 to 20 years from now. Just like this young lady. We're recruiting her right now to help our fun-friendly department. A little bit about sustainability practices. We try our best. We're the only rental car company with that rents electric vehicles. We charge our electric cars, obviously, through solar panels that are on the roof of this building. So we don't use the normally diesel generated power on the island. And we do a ton of other things that are too many to mention here, but we take sustainable practices seriously. Some more fun-friendly people. And some more friendly people. This year is our 20th anniversary, so we started celebrating early, and we'll continue celebrating for the next year, and then we'll celebrate something else the following year. So, Stacey, has been my pleasure to be asked to be here today, and I'm certainly excited to have been with Peter and Shay as well. Two people and two families that I highly respect for all the good things that they're doing for the Turks and Caicos Islands. And so I'll stop sharing.
Todd, thank you so much. Great presentation. I think a lot of times we get lost in the business aspect of things, and I'm glad just to see how woven Grace Bay Car Rental and its team is in the community. And, I've experienced them myself, and you can only go up from there because those are the things, those are the intangible intangibles that when people think of car rentals, they think Grace Bay Car Rental because you've woven yourself into the community in such an amazing way, from the investment in the children's programs to all the work that you've done in Salvation Army. Just great job all around. So hats off to you and your amazing team. Tell us, for the listening audience, your largest fleet. Like someone is coming and renting the 3 bedroom at Ports of Call Resort. It's a family of 6, possibly 7 with a car seat. Tell us about what is the recommendation for a vehicle. Um, for the week as they're spending time at ports of call, and then they'll be riding around the island and getting to Grand Slam for fishing trips, and they brought their own fishing lines and all that other stuff. What type of vehicle would you recommend that they use?
Well, as I showed that picture, our fleet is very diverse. So we offer something for everybody and everybody's size group and also the budget. We've just recently purchased 50 brand new vehicles that are going to be out into the community here in this 2026. Many are just finishing being registered and prepped for Christmas time. A lot of those are SUVs. We have from compact to large SUVs. So from a nice little SUV like a Suzuki Sidekick, which is very popular, to a massive, suburban Tahoe, which are also very popular on the island. So really, any price point and any size group that you have, we can accommodate. I should actually, you reminded me of something, Stacey, and I think everybody in hospitality appreciates this, is that on people's first trip to the Turks and Caicos Islands, and perhaps they're normally do this, but they tend to overpack. And so a lot of our customers will rent a 5-seater car. The picture of the car, of course, is on our website, of which you could, investigate a little further to see how much luggage. We try and recommend on our website how many suitcases will fit. But most people will bring way more luggage than can fit into a vehicle. So rather than at the airport say, "Oh, why did you pack so much? You only need a bathing suit and a pair of shorts here in Turkey." Well, we have vehicles and team members at the airport who, in those emergency situations, will actually take the luggage, follow the customers to their villa or to the resort, and assist them with their luggage. And we often will do the same thing, obviously, on their way back to the airport. So that's a small example of how we try and exceed customer expectations, because I've never rented a car anywhere in the world where somebody, offered to drive my excess luggage anywhere. Usually it's just, here's your envelope, walk through. The other cool thing for our customers, and to kind of mirror on your question there, is that I always get annoyed when I rent a car somewhere around the world where it says, here's what you're booking, or something similar. Well, I've always got something similar. I've never actually got what I've been trying to book. And when you show up thinking you want this and you get something else, it's a little disappointment. So we avoid that by, if we have a Suzuki kick, or if we have a Jeep Wrangler, or if we have a Chevy Tahoe, that's what you actually book, which is why we have so many car categories. So we don't say four-door sedan and anything similar. We say you're booking a Nissan Almera.
Love it.
Yeah. So that, I think that helps them out.
I love that. I love because, Shay and I both are overpackers. So I love the unreasonable hospitality. It's an amazing book. I've read it. Recommend anyone to read that as well. I love the unreasonable hospitality of having someone take my bags or my extra cases to my destination. That's absolutely fantastic. So we're short on time. Just going to open up for 2 seconds of questions and we're going to start with Peter, then we're going to go to Shay and then Todd just for final 3 seconds. You may have missed in your presentation that you'd like to add in there. So let's go, Peter.
Wow. You two folks are unbelievable. And yeah, for the last 20 years, I've been renting cars from Grace Bay Car Rentals every time I come down to the island, because usually my two vans are busy hustling guests around and taking care of them. So I don't want to take away from my business. So I'm always appreciative of the team effort that from Todd and his team. I mean, it's, you get off the airport, and like I was telling Todd a couple weeks ago, okay, went up to the counter, and Barb was the young lady that was taking care of me. We were chit chatting, and I said, oh, I know something about Turks, North Caicos, and she goes, oh, let me make a phone call for you. And she quickly makes a phone call to her cousin over on the island and says, oh yeah, we can take care of you. So it's just a phenomenal experience. And same thing at the ports of call. Like every time I've come down, and if I have to come down on a short notice and my unit at my condo is already rented out, I always go to ports of call. Absolutely phenomenal spot. Like, man, my goodness, only a 3-minute walk from the beach. It's absolutely phenomenal. But yeah, it's all about enjoying Turks and Caicos Island, Providenciale. Anywhere you go, pretty much, it's going to be a fantastic beach day. Enjoy the weather. Don't pack so much. It's absolutely, it really is a slice of heaven. And I'm always just enlightened when I go down the island and go back and forth. So it truly is a great experience. And fishing, well, absolutely, it's just a great way to spend time on the water and be able to catch your dinner. It's just absolutely phenomenal. Obviously it is fishing. We don't guarantee you catching a fish, but we try our best, and we think we have the best crew for that. We try to invest in our employees as well. Not to the extent that Todd does. I mean, because he goes up above and beyond, I always say. And actually, I've been talking to him and say, hey, how can I get my crew trained by your folks? So it's we're all trying to work together and help each other out. But thank you for this time, and great job, guys.
Excellent, excellent. Shay, I think Peter has taken 30 seconds of your 30 seconds, so go for it.
He pretty much touched on everything. I think he did remind me of a point that the reason that the resort was purchased in 2011 and rebranded to be independently owned really was because Turks and Caicos is evolving. It is growing like no other. COVID, we saw a huge boom, as I'm sure all of you who are watching also experienced with your clients and, seeing in the news, all the media. So all the efforts that are going into the island, I've seen over the past, what are we, over 10 years now. There's been so many changes with the island, and only for the better, of course, but still keeping that pure Caribbean feel. Still no chains remain on the island, which is so great. You definitely got to come down and visit for a beach lover or even now a venture seeker. It's a destination that you really, truly can't compare to. The beaches are incredible. You have year-round great weather. And of course, you're seeing all these emerging vendors for things to do, Grand Slam fishing charters and Grace Bay Car Rentals being one of the first and most prominent ones on the island, you definitely can't go wrong. Thank you, everyone.
Excellent. Todd?
I see your nervousness, Stacey, because you know I can't talk for just 30 seconds. So I'm almost scared to start, but I will finish by saying that I think this opportunity is wonderful. I am a big believer in the Turks and Caicos hospitality industry and the Turks and Caicos Tourism and Hotel Association. I believe we do great work to promote the island. I think the island, beautiful by nature, promotes itself once people are here. But the cool thing is that you'll have so many opportunities to meet entrepreneurs from born and bred here in Turks and Caicos. And then you'll have opportunities to meet people, I think, like Shay and Peter, whom love the island, give everything to it, put all of their investment back into the island. And you will be dealing personally with any owner in the Turks and Caicos Islands. And that's what the beautiful thing about Turks and Caicos is. It's a small place and you'll meet somebody that you'll become friends with and you'll come back again.
Excellent, excellent. Peter, Shay, Todd, listening audience, thank you all so much for joining us in this edition of StaySee's Corner. It's been such a pleasure showcasing our members and giving our travel partners a closer look at the incredible products and experience that make our destination so special. A huge thank you again to the presenters for sharing their passion, their expertise, and to our live and online audience for your engagement and support. This is just the beginning, so stay tuned. We have an exciting lineup of upcoming StaySee's Corner webinars filled with more inspiring features and opportunities to connect with our amazing members. Keep an eye out in your inbox, on our channels, and our WhatsApp for the next session. You won't want to miss it. So until then, stay tuned, stay inspired, and stay connected with TCHTA and our members. I'm Stacey Cox, logging off from StaySee's Corner. Thank you so much.